Woj bombs.
That's too easy.
You never heard of me?
I think they said it was gonna be like it was something with Shams. It was something. It was something.
It was like Sham
Can't say
something.
balls for him.
That
You
is
said it was what?
insane, Tyrik.
They can't say balls for him.
He said it twice.
Stop,
Why'd you say it twice? That's crazy.
Welcome to an all-new episode of What Now, where we take the hottest sports topics, dissect them, correct them, and bring them to you from our perspective. I'm Jamie, and along with me is Tobias, Tyrik, and Jai.
Tobias is
Did I
not
say
here.
Tobias? I'm so used to
We ain't
saying
worried
it.
about him today. We ain't worried about him today.
I'm embarrassed.
You lose one game and you don't show up.
That's what I'm saying. The embarrassment. Unbelievable. But I thought they were Super Bowl bound.
Me too.
Crazy.
Everybody chill.
That's what I was told, is that they were going to go to the Super Bowl.
I think it's funny that when he said about the legendary defense, and I said after week 3, only you and Reek, y'all both laughed, but y'all didn't make it noticeable. I wish I would have just cut him
They
off.
were laughing the whole time
Huh? What happened?
when he
When
was talking.
Tobias
When he
last
was,
week was talking about the Steelers has a legendary defense, and I was like, after week 3, and then y'all started laughing, and I was just like, I wish I would have just went ahead and cut him off.
It was him calling it a legendary defense anyway. Get out. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta let him have it. You gotta let him have
I
it.
know. He needs to have his little moral victories sometimes.
At this point, then just let him have it.
God bless him.
Well, first quarter of the season over, guys. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. How
I
you
bet.
feel, baby?
I bet. You know, my hopes ain't too high. Hey, we still, hey.
Yes, they are.
No, they really not, bro. Because on one hand,
Let me see what you say.
every game for at least half the game, we look terrible. So, but we finding ways to win. We keeping up with everybody. We ain't getting blown out.
That's true. You somehow are winning.
So,
Nah, bro, you won on Sunday and we started getting hostile for no reason.
Right.
Because-
And I was
all
going-
y'all talking about we was gonna get swept by the Saints.
What?
Y'all were out of
First of
control.
all,
I
no.
don't think anybody said that.
Like you don't understand, but I'll be going for the Falcons, but then you start attacking me.
You do what?
You think I'm being
Yeah, 'cause
sarcastic.
You be defensive, and you think people are like trying you off rip.
I said, yelled or I text like I was yelling cool when he made the field goal. And you said-
Unbelievable.
All I
You
said, I was
said-
like, "Oh, so you doubted him?"
yeah, like what? Like, where'd that come from? Like that was a clutch field goal. I was happy, bro. Like you
My
could be the
fault,
only
my
person to
fault.
cheer for your team.
Hey, I was at work and they had it on in the office, and I was, I saw it live, so I was a little pumped.
Yeah, he's ready to swing on
Yo,
us.
Falcons fans, bro. Drake London still top 3?
Bro, goodbye.
I don't want to hear this after this episode.
I'm not answering that, bro. I'm not. I'm not answering that.
Is he a top 3 wide receiver in the division?
I still think so.
Oh my God.
After Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, like who you picking?
I still put Olave over him.
I don't know. At least you ain't saying nobody on the Panthers.
I mean, who was on? I mean, Thielen would be the only one.
No,
Prime Thielen is better.
yeah,
than,
prime Thielen, but Thielen right now, even though he had a good catch the other week, yeah.
Oh, I got something to say before we go to sports.
Oh
Like,
boy.
you know, I always be coming with thoughts. This is my time to get off thoughts. So, y'all ever be at like an event or just hanging out with some friends or something, and it's just everybody tries to be the number one personality? I tweeted about it on Friday. That
Probably the main character.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, wow, are you talking about all of us at Tobias on Saturday? Who are you attacking?
Oh well, no, I would have told y'all that. But no, it's just like when everybody yelling, everybody just trying to be like the funniest person in the room. But
Everybody's
then
trying to have a mic.
yeah, but then it ends up where nobody's funny because nobody is actually getting off their jokes because everybody's yelling.
They all
Yeah.
get stepped on.
And then it just starts getting annoying. And you
I
just kind of
think
sitting there.
that's not called main character energy. That's called pick me energy.
That's what that is.
Yes. Ugh.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I found a few pet peeves of mine this week, which is another one was
A few?
yeah, another one was sitting in the middle of a bench. Like I walked to the train, and I usually go sit on the bench if it's taking a little minute. And this lady is sitting right smack dab in the middle of the bench. And I can't sit on no side because she's right in the middle of it.
That's like being at the urinal at the three urinal and somebody picks the middle one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
hate when you do that.
Yeah.
At
You're
least
not there
that
for,
one
you're not there for long though, Jamie.
at least that one you could see. I mean, it's bad, but you could just still use it. The bench is like, oh, now I'm just sitting here next to you, all close. But yeah, that's it.
All close.
That's all I wanted to say.
All
I'll
right.
be having stuff to talk about.
Shall we get into it?
Let's do
Yes,
it.
we shall. All right. So we got a lot of, well, pretty much all NFL, a little bit of college, and then a little bit of baseball in here. So Jalen proposed this one, so I want to hear him talk first. Is Derrick Henry the last Hall of Fame, like the really great, I guess, running back of our generation that we're gonna see? Is that what you mean by that?
So basically I just heard it in passing. So the premise is
Wait,
basic.
you heard this on a show? I think I
Yeah,
heard.
I heard this on the show. They said it in passing. And so then
Oh.
it got me to thinking. They didn't dive into it, so I thought that we could. Um, the take was, is Derrick Henry the last Hall of Fame? Well, will he be the last Hall of Fame running back? Um, Basically the premise is the way that I guess the market is for for running backs nowadays. Will we ever see a running back have the longevity, stats, and I guess body physically and body of work to be able to become a Hall of Fame running back? I thought it was interesting. I don't necessarily have a take yet. I would say no.
Oh,
I
she
think there's
does.
I think
My fault.
I think we'll have more. But I do think that they'll become less and less as time goes on. Unless we revert back to a running a fully not a fully, but a run heavy league. This season looks like a run heavy league, but um I don't I don't think he'll be the last one. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but I think
I
they'll
think
start to dwindle.
I think that's uh let me see. I maybe if they would have said he might be the last running back that you can start ranking as a top running back all time. But I think you go into the Hall of Fame based on what you do in your era. Like if everybody's only getting 600 yards a season, but you getting 1,000, that's gonna turn into the norm, and it's gonna be like, oh, he's dominated his era, and that's all we're gonna think about. We're not gonna actually think about each stat. We're just gonna think about 10 years ago. I remember when blah 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 was going crazy because
But
he was better than everybody else.
don't you think that if we're using Hall of Fame as the standard, don't you think that, to your point, will hold them to the standard of the Hall of Fame running backs stat wise? Because like you said, if you're the best in your era and you only get 500 yards in a season, I don't think the Hall of Fame committee is going to be like, well, yeah, just throw him in. He's the only one that had 500 yards that season when everybody else had 250 or something like that.
No, but if I mean, like I said, I think if
I
you
think it's a
start
little bit
ranking, or doing an all-time list of running backs, that's the only reason you comparing him to other running backs. I think to get into the Hall of Fame, and it's not Hall of Fame is not just like a one season thing. It's like if you're the best running back in your era consistently for a decade, then I think regardless, you're gonna get into the Hall of Fame. Especially now in the Hall of Fame, it's not like basketball. NFL is still a little bit hard to get into.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's getting a little bit easier and easier slowly NFL to get in. Like if we're being honest, Eli Manning shouldn't be considered a Hall of Famer. Like at all. Like if we being honest, if we're holding a Hall of Fame standard to a Hall of Fame standard,
Yeah, in a vacuum. I think a lot of his goes to, I don't
yeah,
want to say narrative.
It's still really debatable though, honestly.
It's very debatable.
because
But other factors come into play other than just like looking at Eli Manning.
yeah, but we remember Eli for those 2 Super Bowls, and that's kind of my point. We'll remember this running back for dominating his era for 10 years, not necessarily for specific stats.
It's a little different for quarterbacks with the Super Bowl because that's their stat. If just for example, Isaiah Pacheco, if they go on this crazy dynasty the next 2-3 years and he dominates, but then after that and they stop winning and he stopped dominating, it's not gonna hold the same way as Eli Manning's 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, but you said he's also stopped dominating. That
Because
changes.
Eli was never dominant. He was never the league leader and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
His best stat was starting the most consecutive games. I mean, if you want to give him some points for that.
And Eli's is also based off of Brady too. I think if he would have just won 2 Super Bowls without both of them being
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the part of it that goes into like the narrative. Like in a vacuum, you got 2 Super Bowls. Congrats. But you beat Brady, and those are the only two of the 3 losses that he has.
Yeah, because I can argue that Flacco was better than Eli. Let's just imagine Flacco had another Super Bowl, so they had the same amount of Super Bowls. I can argue Flacco was better than.
I mean,
Eli,
I buy it,
but because
he didn't beat Brady.
Yeah, because Eli's was against Brady, even though Flacco, like I guess for his one, he beat Brady in the AFC Championship. It's not the Super Bowl,
Right?
So-
And they're going to credit it to like the defense too. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into it.
I think his name probably goes into it a little, fortunately, even though he's the much less talented of the two.
That too.
Okay,
But it goes back to the go ahead.
no, I was just gonna get y'all answers, and then I was gonna, I guess, ask a question that's reframed.
Oh, yeah. To go back to the running back thing, I don't think Derrick Henry will be the last, but I think it's coming to an end. It might be like CMC or something.
like of all time, we're talking about forever.
But you also gotta like
because the way they use running backs is just so different now. Like take Detroit for example, they got 2 running back ones really, but they split the carries. Like if it was just Jahmyr Gibbs, he might be on a crazy start, or if it was just what's his name, Montgomery, he'd just be having a great season. You know what I mean? But they're splitting carries, which makes them more effective. So people going like it's the NFL copycat league. They can be doing that. Other running backs coming to the league, especially if they like an Alpha Kamara type, they're not just going to be getting the ball like just straight up running up the middle. They use them in the pass game, spread them out in the slot and stuff like that. They really just want another receiver, somebody that can be another receiver, but also can run between the tackles when they need it. So Derrick Henry, even though he can catch a little bit out the backfield, that's not his game. So I would say that's why I would say, yeah, it's coming to an end because running backs aren't getting off like that anymore. Maybe Saquon, he was projected good until he started getting hurt a lot, but CMC, Saquon, maybe Alvin Kamara, even though, like I said, he's not a traditional running back. These type of guys are going to be like the last pure running backs to like get in, I think.
CMC has to stay healthy though, because he doesn't. He's not.
And that's another thing that goes into it, how much running backs get hurt, especially, and then they fighting for contract. I mean, people don't even want to play running back no more. So it's not gonna be like the days of the 2000s. Definitely not.
I just believe as the standard, as the level of play goes down, the standard goes down, and so there's always going to be some people that rises above the standard, regardless of where that bar is. And I think when we're 10 years down the road, we're gonna look at that as we're gonna look at it as he was dominating as at his position at that time. Like Derrick Rose, for example, just retired. We know he had a good few seasons. Obviously, he had a really great one. But if we actually look at the totality of Derrick Rose's career, it's not a great career. It's just but we remember he dominated the league in 2011 through 2010 through 2013 or whatever it was.
And then the league dominated his knees.
I don't know. It's a good topic because I'm trying to imagine a spot where somebody can dominate for a short time and then we give it to them, or dominate in a lackluster era and we give it to them. I gotta see that first.
To that point, I think if that is, I mean, I guess to you and Reek's point, I think if that becomes a normal, like if running backs don't last more than 5 years, the running backs that have a good 4 years are going to go to the Hall of Fame. But I was just going to ask y'all. We named a few. We named Tamara, CMC, and Derrick Henry. After that, who do y'all think will be the next superstar running back, if any are in the league at the moment?
That's playing currently
Yeah,
in the NFL.
I mean, or a prospect, but I mean,
I think Jahmyr Gibbs, but like I said, he's splitting carries right now. Once he takes like a workload, maybe him. Jonathan Taylor, he's one of those traditional running backs, but he got to stay healthy.
There's always also running backs.
Oh, Bijan, we got Bijan.
I think that was going to be my answer. Bijan. I think Bijan could. I think Bijan could rise above everything, just because of
he definitely got the talent.
His pure talent. Yeah.
There's also running backs that like be backups and then turn into stars because of something like Jordan Mason. I'm not saying he's a star, but like CMC got hurt and now he's like going crazy kind of. So it might be people that will become superstars that it's in the league now, but they don't have the opportunity yet. Because running back is no disrespect to you, Mahlon. Running back is a very in a vacuum easy position to play. You just kind of run the ball, find your hole, and go through it.
I mean, it's fair, but I mean, there's obviously there's more go into it, but I mean,
of course.
In the grand scheme of it, it's not hard. I mean, the hardest part about it is probably blocking because like you facing 6'3", 250 linebackers and stuff. But other than that, it ain't that bad. But maybe if Pacheco stays on the Chiefs and stays healthy, I think he could. I ain't gonna say Hall of Fame, but he would be a top back.
Do you think Pacheco,
he might get Hall of Fame just based with playing with Patrick Mahomes? Honestly,
I was gonna say, do you think Pacheco is getting recognition because he's on the Chiefs?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
That's why people still know Jarrett McKinnon. He's from Georgia Southern. If he would have played for anybody else, he wouldn't be known. But he played with the Chiefs and was on some championship teams.
Yeah, but championships, like you said, don't help. It really don't help any other position but quarterbacks. It don't help or hurt, I should say.
Right.
Unless you get like an absurd amount and you're
getting MVPs on MVPs.
And you're the main focus past the quarterback, outside of the quarterback, like Kelsey, for example.
Yeah. But I think if Saquon, if he stays with the Eagles, definitely, if they keep feeding him, he can stay healthy. He might start catching back up on the yardage list. Because did y'all see that list where they were saying like Derrick Henry was definitely gonna be the last one that reached 10,000 yards because he's already got like 9,500, something like that, something crazy. Yeah. But then everybody else after him was only in like the 6,000.
He's tied for the most 200-yard games too.
See, like it ain't too many backs running for 200 no more. Besides him,
he had 199 on Sunday.
Exactly.
He couldn't break the record because he had 199, and they tried to get it to him at the end of the game, but they couldn't. But to be fair, he mentioned he fumbled on the 1 yard line. We still got a touchdown because we recovered it. But if he didn't fumble on the 1 yard line, he would have got his 1 yard.
Oh dang!
I'm trying to look at other running backs. Kenneth Walker, maybe he's also got to stay healthy.
Hey, what's the name? I don't know if he's a rookie or a first year, but for the Bengals, Chase Brown,
Yeah,
He can run,
I think being on the Bengals is gonna hurt him though, because
probably.
they just want to pass.
But they used him a lot last game.
They were
Probably
smart.
because they was playing the Panthers, but they used him a lot.
They were smart. They would run the ball more. But Zeke was going to be one.
The fall off of Zeke is crazy.
Isn't it beautiful?
That's another one that's like you when we're in 10 years, when we're just all gonna be chopping it up about football. Zeke's gonna be one of the ones where we're gonna be like, man, y'all remember when Zeke was going
I
crazy?
remember Zeke. That's gonna be like, oh, he knows ball type of pick.
Yeah.
I remember Zeke, boy. Hey. Especially when he was coming out of Ohio State. He
Yeah.
was crazy.
All right. Let's talk potential landing spots. And poor Tobias is not here. We should page him in.
No, we shouldn't.
Possible landing
I'll do
spots for Davante Adams.
Davante Adams. Did he put this on there? Is that why he said that?
No, I didn't. But you know
Okay.
you know what he's gonna say.
He already
He's gonna
said
say
it
the
before
Steelers.
y'all even got on. Davante Adams is going to the Steelers. Yelling. All right.
The Steelers don't make moves like that, especially mid-season. So I would be surprised if they did that. And they have Justin Fields anyway, so it's like
He don't want to go there.
it wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't want to go there anyway. He's always like he said multiple times in multiple interviews that he always wanted to play with Lamar. I don't think we'll pull the trigger on it. I feel like if it was
He costs too much.
I feel like if it was and we are kind of the position where we're at now, not 500, but like it's like one piece missing maybe from going over the top. That's because we tried to get Derrick Henry last year at the deadline. I feel like maybe we would do it if the money works out, but I don't think we'll get him.
I mean, the first obvious answer is the Saints, but
Obvious? I mean,
Yeah,
I
like
don't think about the Saints at all.
Derek Carr.
What?
For
What
Derek
makes you
Carr.
think the Saints?
What?
Derek Carr. People
They
are
went
there
to college
2
together.
years.
They went to
That's
college.
true. That's true. But still, I don't think he would go to one.
I don't think he's following Derek Carr.
I think he did say he always wanted to play with him before he went to Vegas. And
Well, he
then as soon
gotta
as he
play
got
with
there,
him.
they shipped him off.
Well, that didn't do anything for him.
Well, they shipped him off as soon as he got there.
If anything, he want to go back with Aaron Rodgers.
I would think that.
I don't see him going to New York. He could possibly go to the Chiefs, but I don't see them doing that in division.
Yeah, the Raiders will be dumb.
I mean, it depends on the package they get.
They are. So.
No, they'll be dumb. The Raiders will be dumb. Like, it's not like Mahomes is in year 18, where you're gonna have to rebuild, and then you hoping for Mahomes to retire soon. You give him like it's just like Mahomes is gonna be there for the next 10 to 15 years. So you gotta
Yeah.
you can't make him even better because you're already trying to rebuild.
I'm just saying, since Rashee Rice went down, stomp, little plug and play. Maybe somebody like the Ravens actually isn't a bad pick. Maybe like the Rams.
maybe
I
Buffalo.
can see that, the Rams.
Well, I don't think Buffalo has any money.
Buffalo would be a good spot. Buffalo and the Rams, that they both got experienced quarterbacks. I would like to see both
No,
of them.
not the Rams. They got Puka and Cooper Kupp.
They all hurt.
Yeah, but they're coming back.
I'm just saying, like, possible landing spots. I'm talking right now.
Puka, Cooper Kupp, and Davante Adams
Going crazy.
Stafford wouldn't know what to do with himself.
He might throw for 6,000.
I'm trying to think of other teams. He'll be good for. The Lions got some weapons already.
Maybe Jacksonville.
They need help.
If
they suck too.
that'll show if Trevor Lawrence really is a bust or not. If he has like a bona fide one.
No, okay, let's talk about that for a quick.
He is a bust. He sucks. I've said it for years. He's not good.
Let's calm down. Everybody said Sam Darnold wasn't good. Everybody said Baker wasn't good. Give them a shot.
I'm not giving them 10 years to show me they're a buster now.
He's getting paid $230 million.
I don't agree with the contract at all. But
Like that's
Sam
the
Darnold was in New York talking about he's seeing ghosts. Come
No,
on.
once you get to the second contract, first of all, Sam Darnold's only played 4 games. Really good. So let him have a whole season first, and then we can reevaluate Sam
What
Darnold.
about Baker? He was on the
But
Panthers.
listen, neither one of them got a second contract with their original team. So
All right,
they
if you were the GM for the Jaguars, and then in the moment, you looking ahead in the draft, ain't nobody coming out that's as good as Trevor right now. Then you looking at free agency, no quarterbacks out there. You got to do what you got to do.
but they also paid Trevor early. They didn't have to pay him. I mean,
The Chargers paid Herbert early. They didn't give him that much money, but they paid him early.
I mean, it's better to pay your quarterback early, of course, because you want to save as much money as you can. But they didn't have to pay him. It's like because Tua became a free agent before they paid him, and Tua doing the same thing, getting concussed every other week.
Well, Tua needs to retire.
Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is playing awful, but I ain't ready to call him a bust yet.
I think everybody has different standards or different bars, and Trevor Lawrence being a number one pick,
That's what hurts him more than anything.
he's the number one pick, and he's had good teams. Like on paper, his teams have been good. Like he's had weapons too. Like obviously they're not like the best wide receivers in the league, but he's had a complement of like he had 1, 2, 3, a group of above average receivers on his team. He's had good running backs, ETN. What was the other one? James something. And then the defense was sorry at first, but it's been better. And it's him. He's just not playing well. And he had one good 6-game stretch where he was really good, and that's what got him paid.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not ready to call him a bust. He's definitely not playing well though. But if he gets that bona fide one, like if he got a Davante Adams and he's still doing the same thing, I have to give it to you. Not that his receivers are bad, but like
the fact that
all these other quarterbacks got all these crazy weapons, you know.
The fact that he needs a bona fide number one to be good, if that helps him, means that he's not that good.
Because it definitely means he shouldn't have been a number one overall pick, and he shouldn't be paid that much. But Bust is saying he should be out of the league.
No, not necessarily.
Or a backup, rather. A backup.
What that means either.
So how's he a bust?
I think a bust is based on, again,
you're not living up to your hype. You were the number one overall pick. That is a bust.
So in a vacuum, Baker's a bust.
He was maybe even now, but yeah, sure.
I mean, yes, technically, if he based off of when he as a number one pick and coming out, him not being on the same team makes him a bust, kind of. The fact that he's no longer on the team that drafted him.
That's what I was getting at, really. Okay, well, yeah. If you put it that way, then I mean, I guess I just don't like to say it. He's a bust from what they hyped him to be. You know, Andrew Luck, John Elway prospect. Just like if Caleb next year is doing the same thing, they're probably gonna be early and call him a bust. But
y'all know college
give quarterbacks more time because they don't get most of them get put into a bad situation and aren't treated fairly. To the fact of like they don't have the pieces around them. Like Caleb came into the best situation ever. Got all these. That team looks completely different than what Justin Fields had. So
that's why we give Justin Fields a little bit of grace because he didn't have.
Y'all do not. I did. I was defending him.
No, we was all saying give him grace. That's the whole thing with Tobias. We was like, you can't call him a bust yet because he doesn't have much. And Tobias was trying to call him a straight bust. And we were like,
let Tobias bleed into my head thinking it was all of y'all.
We were like, he doesn't have much. You can't, like, you got to give everything is with context. He also wasn't number one pick. So like you can't expect him to do number one pick things.
See, especially
with a bad team.
My example of a bust is more like a Trey Lance, number 3 overall. He don't even play. That's a bust.
Yeah, he's a bust too.
But I'm saying you see the drastic difference.
I don't know. Trey Lance literally never played. He's like never played.
But the fact that two teams see him in practice and don't play him is like he got beat out by Garoppolo and Purdy. And then when Dak got hurt, he didn't even get the second ring.
Well, I think the Dallas thing is a little different because he was traded to be a backup. So when you're going against the other backup, I think it's at that point it's not a QB controversy, but it's up for grabs. I think
you got to beat the backup. As a third overall pick, you got to be at least the second best quarterback.
And you got to think about it. The Packers went and got Malik Willis because they wanted to work with him. They could have went and got Trey Lance, and they did it.
All right. Let's talk about quarterback lists. Who's going first? College or NFL?
Well, we can start with college. I'll be quick. But real quick, I got a very, very quick rant. For all y'all out there that be wanting to see other schools lose, so much to the fact that where you cheer for another team that you know
oh no, you're crazy for
that
this.
you don't like, and B, that you couldn't even beat if you tried. Y'all need to take a little reality check and sit there and
Touch
think about
grass.
what y'all doing. The fact that you would that you would cheer for another team that's not your own that's what first off is sickening to me. I would never sit there and watch a game that my team is not in and be going for one of them just because I hate another team that much. First, you gotta grow up. You gotta grow up. So that's for all of y'all out there that's preying on Georgia downfall. First off, another thing, you live in the state of Georgia. If I went to one of y'all favorite team states, of course I'd be outnumbered. So, but that don't mean I'd hate on them. That don't mean I go for another team. All right, that's all I got to say. That was it.
You saying you talking about specific people? Put some names on it.
Yeah, talk at me.
Well, hey, if the shoe fit, that shoe fit.
I didn't say Roll Tide. I was watching the game.
It is what it is. And what's more people? It's more people. It's people. I'm talking about after the first quarter, they all texting me and calling me. That's what I'm talking about right there.
I don't like to do that usually. I can't handle that, so I don't really rub it in like that.
No, I don't either.
Because when people do that to me, I get pissed, and I know. I don't do that.
So that was a general rant for all of y'all fans, and this goes for NFL teams too. This goes for any sport. Going for another team that is not your own, just to hate on another a whole different team. That's just it's sick.
I only do that for the Bengals. I love a good Bengals hate watch. That's because one, they're in the division, and two, their fans are just terrible.
Y'all can't let the other fans get in y'all head.
Huh?
Y'all can't let the other fans get in y'all head.
And the quarterback rankings partly is a part of that too.
Now that's a good valid reason right there. But other fans, no, I ain't going for it. All right. But so last week, from what the list from this week to last week it's changed a lot. Nationally, everybody's put Jalen Milroe first. I still don't have him first yet. I still think Cam Ward is the best quarterback right now. And this is not me even being biased and hating on Alabama because he did play great. He played way better than I expected him to play. I just think Cam Ward he's going to have better stats, I feel like. But them comparing Jalen Milroe to Lamar, I kind of like the comparison. I mean, he's not as elusive. But
that was your number one or number 5?
No, Cam Ward number 1. I'm going from top to bottom.
Okay.
Cam Ward's number 1. I got Jalen Milroe at 2. Travis Hunter, hey, from the first time I started this little segment, he wasn't on there at all. He's jumped all the way to 3. He's proven me wrong so far.
I try to tell you, bro.
I mean,
he is a dog,
he is going crazy though. Like
he is going insane.
He wasn't doing this last year. He was definitely playing this well, but like it's the impact plays that he making, especially at the times he makes them. So he's jumped Shador. Like Shador wasn't on my 5, but like I said, I didn't think they would give it to him. I thought they would give it to the quarterback, but yeah, he jumped Shador. And then I got the Nico, I don't know how to say his last name, Tennessee's quarterback. Honestly, he's just taking Jackson Dart's spot because he fell because they lost to Kentucky. And I'm going to go ahead and say Carson Beck is not in my list. He He hurt my feelings last week, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
That was awful.
Hopefully he can go on a tear in this middle part of the season, but for this first part, he got to go.
That was awful.
But I got to commend the heart. I got to, because a lot of quarterbacks would have just gave up, bro. He fought back. He fought back.
That's college.
You say it's college football, but the Ravens almost gave up the same lead. But all right. Then I got
they fought back.
They did fight back. And then I got Boise State's running back, Ashton Janty. Ashton Janty. He, for a running back, he's going crazy. He putting up almost 200 yards a game. He's already got like 13 touchdowns in like 5 games. Obviously, like I said, it's hard for non-quarterbacks to win, and I wish he was playing on a different team because Boise State, that's just not giving him enough recognition, but he is going crazy.
Did Texas play this weekend?
I don't think so. If they did, they didn't play anybody big. Wait, no, they played Mississippi State. Was that last weekend?
That was the 28th. Yeah, that was this weekend.
They played Mississippi State.
Oh, they fell to number 2? Who number 1? Alabama?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, sadly. I'm just glad this is not the 14 playoff because our season would be over.
Alabama going to number 1 after almost losing is kind of wild. What about Ryan Williams?
First off, we get it.
He's 17, Mahlon. You let a 17-year-old dominate you like that?
We get it. I swear we get it. I promise you. But that boy is insane. I can't lie to you.
I don't even know how he's in college. Bro should still be in high school.
Yeah, he reclassified.
He should still be in high
school. I think
he
did the same thing Cooper Flag did in basketball. Just went ahead and just graduated early because when you're that good, they pull strings.
That's insane.
And then he reclassed upward?
Yeah, he's supposed to be in senior high school right now.
I've never heard of anybody reclassing forward. I've always heard of somebody reclassing backwards. That's crazy.
Yeah, like that's why I said he is definitely
that's crazy.
Like he turns 18 after the season.
I mean, people have been 17 in college. Reek was 17 in college, but like
for like a month,
for him to be,
for like a month,
I was too. I started.
My homeboy Willie. Y'all know Willie Peoples?
Willie.
I don't know. He went to Kennesaw, but yeah, he didn't turn 18 until like the spring semester.
Did you just name a random person that went to Kennesaw?
It said, "Do we know him?"
Yeah, asked if we know him. I thought that was like a famous person or something.
No, it was my homeboy when I went.
No, man, we don't know who that is.
Well, Tobias knew him, but that's because I was up there. Is mutual friend meet. But
shout out Willie.
Yeah, shout out Will.
Woo.
But I think Juju was 17 at USC. But obviously they weren't as good as Ryan Williams. He's different.
So is there an age limit in the NFL that you have to be? I think there is.
No, I think you have to be 3 years out of high school.
But it don't matter what age?
I mean, I don't see anybody going in that young, but I don't think there's an age limit. That's probably the reason they don't have one because they don't think
it's kind of like unspoken because, I mean, if you have to go 3 years, you have to be at least 20.
So if you graduate high school at 15, 16, I mean, you got a chance to get in there early.
Go to the NFL by 18?
If you like that. Now, if you like that to get drafted at 18, that's something that's insane.
18 playing against 28, 29-year-olds in their prime? I mean,
they go, ooh.
You remember how small you looked when you was 18 versus now? Like just looking at pictures.
I was bigger actually.
Oh, well, you was in the gym. What happened?
I didn't have to go work out anymore. Up until that point, we had to work out.
Boy had weight training at 7 a.m.
Bro, that's what's insane about high school. They make you go train super hard at 7 a.m. Now
you're sweaty for the rest of the day.
And we ain't got no showers or nothing to use. Like, come on.
I didn't have no showers?
We had like 2 showers in the football locker room, but we didn't have time to
Yeah,
go
he
down
wasn't
there.
taking a shower before class.
We didn't have time. As soon as
No,
we
I'm talking
changed
about like as
the
a
bell ring.
we talking about weight training as like a literal period of school.
Yeah.
Not just like coming to school, but not before school.
Oh,
Now, if y'all was doing that,
For
y'all
2 out of the 4 years I was in high school, I had weight training first period.
well, like as your class.
Yeah.
That's kind of
But
wild.
if you play football, because obviously the football coach is the teacher, you working out.
They should never put weight training at the beginning of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had my senior year, I had team sports at the end. So whenever we did our activity, it was at the end of the day. That was
I never took PE in high school.
Bro, some people was having weight training and team sports back to back at the beginning of the day. Weight training didn't go
Who
in
wants
there.
to hoop at 9 a.m.?
Then
Exactly. You go
show
lift
up,
weights, then you go hoop, and then you go to the rest of your classes.
show up the math
No
at
shower.
show up the math at 10:30 stinking.
Having both of your elective classes a physical class is kind of crazy.
Yeah, now you physically tired for the rest of the day. You can't even learn nothing after that. You tired, you stink, you need a shower.
And then you go into lunch drinking chocolate milk. And then you
Yeah, your stomach is done for by 5th period, for real.
But yeah, that was my Heisman list. We done got crazy off topic.
All right, I'm glad. I was interested to see if you finally put Travis on there or not. All right. My week 4 NFL top 10 list. Honorable mention, I got one this week is Jared Goff. He had a really good game last night, or I'm sorry, 2 nights ago, because today is Wednesday.
That boy, perfect.
Yeah, 18 for 18. Dominated. He did good. He hasn't really been that good all season, so that's why he hasn't been on the list. But yesterday he played well enough to, and I think they're 3-1 now. So honorable mention, barely made it. Number 10, finally Mahlon, Kirk Cousins. He finally played it blocks out a clap. We can't hear the claps.
I thought of that on the last clap.
Wait, really?
Because
Yeah.
I was clapping loud.
I thought he was like,
No, the Zoom blocks out the noise. You can't
what if
hear
I
it.
yell?
we
Does
didn't
it block
hear that.
that out?
I don't know.
What if I say
It was lower. I wish it would block out the curse words.
do like
Be a lot
SpongeBob?
better on editing.
Yeah, so number 10 is Kirk Cousins. Big win. Another good drive at the end, too. And it's against the rival, so that a little bit of extra points, even though they almost blew it. The defense
Almost.
Number 9 is Patrick Mahomes. He's still just skating by.
Bruh, it's actually getting crazy now.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Like, how do you play so bad the first 3 quarters of every game and then win?
I mean, he's really playing bad the whole game. The defense is good. That's really what's doing it. But like, they're like just winning.
And Chris Jones said he taking Aaron Donald's spot as like top defensive player in the whole league.
I mean, yeah, I'm not mad at that. He should say that.
I mean, I would still give it to TJ Watt, but
over Chris Jones. I think TJ just has more impactful highlights. But Chris Jones be dominating all game. It's just not impact, and he's interior. So it's hard to see it. Number 8 is Derrick Carr. He is slowly going back down.
Falling down.
He's slowly going back down. I didn't trust him at first, but then when he blew out, I forgot who they played the second week. I was like, all right, I'll put Derek Carr up there. Or after the second week, I put him up there. And then the last 2 weeks has just been average. So he's slowly going down. Number 7 is CJ. CJ is also slowly going down. They're winning games, but it's like CJ's not really playing that well. He's just playing average. Number 6 is Geno. Geno played really well last night or Monday night, even though he lost. But he still played well. Number 5 is Jaden Daniels. He's been like, I think because he's a rookie, he's jumping, going up and down a lot.
I was about to say you might need to put him higher. 80% completion. That's a rookie.
I don't really know where
That's
to put him
crazy.
except he's a rookie. So it's like I need to see a little more consistency, and then I'll kind of figure out where I need to put him in the list because he keep going up and down. Number 4 is Lamar. Only Lamar has played well, I think, in all 4 games. It's just he wasn't up here earlier because they were losing, but now that they're winning games, I can finally put him up higher. So he's jumped up to number 4. Number 3 is Baker. He is at the same spot he was last week, Jamie. He played well. I mean, the 2 quarterbacks above him.
I mean, he been going crazy.
Yeah, number 3 is. I mean, that's good. The 2 quarterbacks above him are destroying. Well, except this week. Number 2, Josh Allen. He fell. You can't put it like that. The first 3 weeks he was really good, so that's why he's still number 2. But the last week he fell. And number 1 MVP right now, Sam Darnold. I don't know what's getting in the Sam. We got in the Sam Darnold, but.
Hey, you heard what he's say he listened to pregame.
What's that?
I forgot what song, but it's Gucci and Waka Flocka. He said he listened to it before every game.
He don't hype. So, but yeah, I don't know. And they played a tough schedule, so you can't even be like they haven't played anybody. Like they're beating good teams. And it's like, I mean, the Vikings. We can't see it.
50K?
What's it called?
50K?
Maybe.
Actually, let me see who have they played. I think they beat the Niners one time, which is a big win.
Yeah, they did beat the Niners.
Yeah.
Aren't they still undefeated?
Yeah, they 4-0. They beat the Niners, the Texans, the Packers, and the Giants. So three real good wins. Yeah, 3 real good wins. So Sam Darnold, man, you the week 4 MVP. There you go.
That's crazy to say.
I know this far into the season, Sam 4 weeks in, and Sam Darnold.
Hey, first quarter he made it out.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna assume that their schedule gets easier just because of where they placed last year. So they got the Jets, Lions, Rams, Colts, Jags, Titans, Bears, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, Lions. It's just their division is kind of tough.
Yeah.
But all the other games are winnable. The hardest non-division one might be maybe the Falcons. If the Rams get healthy, maybe them. But yeah, there we go. All right.
Nice.
Let's see. Let's talk MLB playoffs.
I know who I'm going for.
So we don't need to do our predictions or anything. We don't got to do all that. I was just going to talk about who's in it. All right.
I'm just happy we made it in yesterday.
Yeah, y'all squeaked in.
By the skin of our teeth.
So can you explain? Because obviously I'm not a big baseball person. So can you explain what was going on? Like y'all had a doubleheader yesterday?
So
Yeah.
we had a doubleheader that had to be made up from I think it was July. But how it came down in the race, Arizona, the Diamondbacks were depending on one of the teams to sweep, because if one of the teams would have swept, they would have made it in the playoffs. But since we split the series, both us and the Mets made it, and the the Diamondbacks didn't. Now it was just crazy how it came down to that. That's why after the first game, I was like, oh man, because if we would have got swept, we would have just been out of the playoffs.
Oh, so it's kind of like how I was related back to football. But I think one year it was the Chargers and somebody else. If they would have tied, they would have both made. I think the Chargers and the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they would have tied, they would have both made it in. And it came down to a game-winning field goal in overtime. And I think Chargers fans just like, just please just let us get in.
That's what I was saying yesterday. Like me and my boy June, he was like, hey, y'all better hope it's just like a nice little handshake. Y'all just agree to let both y'all in there and, forget the Diamondbacks. And that's how it ended up looking.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I noticed the first game. I saw people on Twitter talking about the first game. And then when I heard about the second game, it kind of confused me a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that first game, I was mad because we had the lead in the top of the ninth. All we need was 3 outs, and Lindor comes up 2-run home run, and then we don't get any runs at the bottom. It's blew me.
Yeah.
Y'all made the playoffs, right? Baltimore?
Yeah, we played the
I'm excited. I'm excited to see
Royals.
that because y'all got that young core.
We played the Royals. I followed the final scores of the games. We went on like a little losing streak that was weird. That was very recent.
It's just that end of the season, especially when you know you're in the playoffs. It's like it's whatever.
We did so well at the beginning of the season, and then I guess that little whatever was going on
All right.
kind of dropped us down. Because I think at the beginning of the season, the Orioles were like looked at as one of the best teams in the league.
Y'all had like a crazy win streak for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I ain't been keeping up with it as much as I usually do. Jamie, did y'all make the playoffs?
No, we didn't. We missed for the first time in years.
I kind of assume y'all did make it. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
that Yanni Diaz just put a bad taste on him.
Not Yandy Diaz. You're talking about Wander.
Oh,
Wander Franco.
Wander Franco. Okay, my fault.
That's okay. Yeah, that sucks. We finally freaking paid someone.
And that's crazy. That they say I think he's getting tried right now in the Dominican Republic.
so
Whatever.
okay, before we get to the playoff part, and we kind of talked about it on Saturday when we all met up, the White Sox. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
Historically bad.
41 and 121.
And you know what's even funnier is their social media team. I don't know if y'all I see their stuff on Twitter and it kills me.
Right, that final score could be found on the MLB app. They said we just not even posting it no more.
That's probably the best time to be like on the social media team is when
Like
you're
being fun,
really
just like
bad.
being funny about like knowing that you suck.
Yeah, like just being.
It was like a week straight that when they were losing, they were just posting funny stuff. I can't like name it off the top of my head, but it was funny.
Nah, but yeah,
Because everybody was talking about the social media person needs a raise and stuff.
they're 51 and a half games behind Cleveland.
50 games behind. Like, be competitive. Like, what y'all doing out there?
That's
That's
not even
actually
like,
crazy because those are all professional baseball players. It's not like they suck. Like they just
Are
don't
they
have
tanking for something? Like, what's going on? It's like,
What
it's
do you-
not.
but at some
You can
point,
get the number one pick and they beat her next year. That's not how it works. So why y'all lose like that?
but at some point, you stop tanking because you've already tanked far enough. Like I think the next highest win total is 63.
Exactly. Like,
The
why are
Angels,
y'all doing that?
or 61, the Rockies, and they're at 41. Like that's
And I think the craziest part about the White Sox is like 3 years ago, on paper, their roster was like they had all kind of people, like they had a good pitching rotation, all that. I don't know. I think when that thing with Tim Anderson happened, when he got knocked out, it just started going downhill after that.
All right, so let's talk about the matchups real quick. We don't have to predict it or anything. We're just talking about who's in it. Or maybe you could just say who you think will win it all. We don't got to do the whole.
I could predict one.
Well, before we get there, I will say I'm excited to see Shohei in the playoffs because when he was with the Angels, they never made the playoffs. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. He might be enough for the Dodgers to actually win it because they always get there. They haven't won in a while, though.
What if he
They beat us in
I was gonna say, didn't they just win?
Wait, when they won?
2020. They beat the Rays.
I forgot about it. It was the Kobe year. I forgot about that one.
What'd you say?
I thought they won the year after the Braves. I
They
know they
beat
played the
the
Braves in
in 2020.
Yeah, that was the year before. I think we won 2021.
before them. I got you.
All right, so we got the Tigers and the Astros, which I'm happy for the Tigers. I remember when they were like pretty good when I was in undergrad. You guys were in high school. They were good for a while. They had Verlander, Scherzer, like that rotation. So that's exciting.
The
And then,
Astros are cheaters.
period.
And they always will be.
And that's that. Orioles and Royals. That'll be a fun series.
That'll
Honestly,
be fun.
I do hope it's the Orioles because the winner of that series plays the Yankees, and that will be a good series to watch.
Yeah, because the Royals, besides Bobby Witt, I mean, they're not that exciting. They're good, but like I like exciting when I'm watching baseball.
And then the winner of Tigers Astros plays the Guardians, which will be okay, I guess. I still can't call them not the Indians. That was such an iconic logo. Makes me upset. But
It's
okay.
it's actually kind of crazy though if you think about it. The
Oh,
little
it is, but like, never mind. That we're not gonna go there. Okay. Mets and Brewers, and the winner of that one faces the Phillies. Braves, Padres, who face the
If we lose to the Padres, then we didn't deserve to make the playoff.
I don't think you did anyway, so we'll see. I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying.
We can't do nothing to Atlanta.
No, you can't.
We sold our soul in 2021, bro.
Hey, you know what? I'll be fine with it. I just had to see it before I died.
No, you saw it. Good for you. They're playing right now, Atlanta and the Padres. I just got the notification.
That's what I thought. Oh, in my
And
mind,
if the
like,
Phillies don't get to the World Series, their season was a waste.
they could have gave them a extra day in between after playing a double.
I mean, they played 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna give them a day in between after a doubleheader to start their playoff season. Like the next day after playing a doubleheader to start
Playing 3 games in 2 days just sounds like crazy. One of them's a playoff game.
You clearly have never played in a tournament in which you play like 10 games in a day.
Oh no, I have, but it's crazy doing
It's
it at a
fun.
professional level.
I miss those days. That was so much fun.
Those
And
one-day
I played
tournaments,
basketball.
crazy.
So just imagine.
Those
tournament days, especially when it's not at home and you
The
just
weekend?
away all
You had
day.
to travel. You had to ride the bus, bro. To get
I never
whooped.
rode a bus.
To get whooped.
Bro, I had a one-day tournament one time when I was like 13 playing baseball. We started at 8 that morning and we didn't leave till 2 the next morning. All day. Baseball,
That's
baseball.
crazy. Y'all are
That's
kids.
fun.
It was fun until it got like 11 p.m. and I was ready to go home. We still got like 2 more games.
The bus ride back home, everybody knocked out.
Well, since it was travel ball, everybody's rode their parents, but
Oh,
we had like an hour and a
wasn't
half
school.
to drive home.
It
Oh, it was
wasn't school
crazy.
tournament. Oh, you said 13. Yeah, that won't be school.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Hold up. The Orioles lost today already? Ah,
They are ready.
man. Okay. Well, we suck. Is that all for baseball?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's probably good. We don't need to do the predictions.
Real quick, how do y'all feel about Karl Anthony Towns trade? I'll look up a scripture.
About who?
Karl Anthony Towns going to the Knicks.
I wanted to see that Minnesota core stay together longer.
No, absolutely no.
I think they meshed. I think they meshed pretty good.
I agree.
Like Cat finally stopped trying to be the leader and realized it was Ant's team, and I think he fit like that.
I think they could have made another go at it, but I think as far as the Knicks trade, I think it's a good trade. I think the Knicks will come out to be winners if I have to predict aside. But I mean, that's just another team of, if we want to call Cat a role player, it's just another team of being full of role players. They do have Michael and they did get Cat, so defensively they should be okay. But I don't think they're the best team in the East or a top contender, but I do think they got better.
Does it move the needle for them at all?
Yeah, I would say positively.
What ranking would you in the East? What are they, the second best team, third best team? Like,
I think I think they're in the top 4 if you're going to go playoff bracket. I think they're in the top half of the bracket. I think I'll probably put them at 3 hesitantly. So, I mean, weren't they were top.
They were second seed last year.
That's what I was thinking I think they're still top 3. I think Philadelphia got better. I think I'm starting to get to the place where I'm starting to count the Bucks out because at this point I don't know what the Bucks are doing. Like they should be better than.
They've never been a good playoff team. Again, their championship came off of KD's foot.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'll say they're still top 3. I think they got better. I mean, it's an upgrade from Hargis. Like at the end of the day, if you put apples.
Ooh, the Bucks?
No, Cat. Cat is an upgrade from Harkenstein. The center that they had.
Oh, Harkenstein. What about
Isaiah
Randall?
Isaiah Harkenstein or whatever, however
I
you
thought you talking about. I thought he was the replacement for Randall.
I mean, positionally is what I'm saying. He did get traded for Randall, but I'm just saying position. They got better there. But yeah, I mean, I think they got better. I mean, the wings are starting to go extinct in the league. So they got Michael and then they got Cat that can score. So I think they got better.
I mean,
Well, how you think they're gonna look in Minnesota with Julius Randle?
I heard they're still shopping him. Like Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't think they'll keep him. I don't think Julius Randle fits a lot of teams.
Well, then who they gonna get to replace him or to replace Cat?
I don't necessarily.
Marketing, go get marketing.
They can go get a big that like works better for the team. Because Cat is wishy washy. Like, of course,
he always
had that big
shoot threes and stuff.
Yeah, he's a shooting big. Like, it helps because you had Gobert on the court, but like, it's Ant team. You got to build around it. Whoever fits with Ant is most important.
Gobert sucks, dude.
I mean, he's on the court. He's on the court to do it. He's on the court to do what he's contracted to do.
He doesn't even get on the court.
I think he does that well. Like everything beyond that is
he don't even get on the court, bruh. Like, he's not good. He didn't make the court for France. like, come on, man. He's not good. Like, how are you not on the Final Five for your French national team?
He's in there to do one thing and one thing only.
And he's not good at that.
It's to be tall.
like Wemby is 13 taking your minutes.
I mean, Wemby
taking your minutes.
Wemby's one of them. When basketball season starts to get rolling, we're gonna talk about it. I think Wemby finna be.
Tobias tweeted talking about when did Chris Paul join the Spurs?
Hey, I almost said something.
It's been a quiet offseason. It's been a very at the beginning, it was like a lot of noise. And I guess now, since it's media day, they're putting it in everybody's face. And
no more Woj bombs.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think they said it was gonna be like it was something with Shams. It was something clever.
It was like Shams.
Can't say balls for him.
That is
insane,
Tyrik.
They can't say balls for him.
He said it twice. Why'd you say it twice? That's crazy.
I might put that at the beginning of the episode.
All
right. Let's talk about from bombs to Psalms. Ooh. Oh, I'm so nice. I'm so nice. All right, scripture of the week is, I got my physical Bible today too. Psalms 51. I'll do 1 through, I'll just stop at 3. Have mercy on me, O God, because of your unfailing love, because of your great compassion. Blot out the stain of my sins. Wash me clean from my guilt. Purify me from my sin. For I recognize my rebellion. It haunts me day and night. So I'll start right there. That's just a nice prayer you can say every day before you leave for work or before you go to sleep. Just understand that God forgives all your sins. Repent and he's going to forgive them, and change your ways. You can't just because he's forgiving you can't just keep doing the same thing you're doing. You got to learn from it and stop it. But remember, he's always going to forgive you if you believe it. So
amen.
There
That's
we
what I'm
go.
talking about. That one on time out.
Great episode, y'all. Good conversation.
So smooth and less hostile without that.
Without that.
What's his name again?
Like the other guy.
Yeah,
the other guy that just terrorizes the pod.
He got
those big eyes.
He talking about I'm gonna get on so y'all can roast me and then I'll get off. What?
Like, bro, we're not gonna roast the take that you want to talk
about. Like, what? That's weird. Is that not weird to you?
That's weird.
Like, you're the martyr. He loves it. He lives
not who you think you are.
Yes, do you hear this, Tobias? You are not who you think you are.
He loved being the roaster, the roasty. All
Thought he was
right.
worth. He thought he was worthy of being talked about.
And why we still talking about him? Look.
All right.
All right, Jamie, you can close us out.
Right, everyone. Like, rate, subscribe, follow. Tell your mom, tell your uncle, tell your grandma, tell your favorite quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Tell
Tell
them
your
all.
girl I will.
And
Put us on the big screen.
and the
We
Bucks
need it.
play the Falcons Thursday. So let me get a big go, Bucks.
No. All right. All right. Peace, y'all. Y'all be safe.